Hey guys, Judy Moore here. I just finished editing a very fun video that I think you're really going to enjoy. I had the opportunity to introduce a 13-week-old female, cautious Rottweiler puppy to a very excitable, bouncy 14-week-old Bearded Collie. And there's three things that I want you to think about as you watch this video. First, you're going to learn a lot about canine body language because I slow it down for you and talk about it. Second, you're going to learn about the social skills that each dog is using to communicate their intentions. And both dogs change their social skills as the session goes on. This is the first time these two pups have ever met. And thirdly, I want you to think about if these two dogs are actually going to be playmates. Did we go slow enough that they're really going to be playmates? Or is there still some tension between them and maybe they're just going to be friends? So enjoy.
For the past 30 years, I've become a student of animal behavior, mastering humane training methods for problem dogs. I help thousands of clients better understand their dog's responses and improve their dog's skills to bring companionship and joy to dogs and their owners.
So we have a 13-week-old Rottweiler named Acadia, and we have a 14-week-old Bearded Collie named Otis. And you can tell right now, just in this first initial, she's like, yep, you're a dog, that's cool. She's assessing who he is. And if you look at the Bearded Collie's like all in. I love you, I love all dogs. You are the best thing in the world. I can't wait to chew on your neck. He's super excited. And she's starting to read him as, oh, you're kind of crazy, but you look kind of playful.
Surprisingly here, Acadia takes a step back. Watch her foot. As he comes in, she takes a step back. That tells us that she needs a little bit more time before we let them greet. So I asked him to do a pass by. So Acadia, the little black Rottie, is doing a pass by. She looked at him and looked away several times. Otis is bouncing around saying, I love you, please come see me. I can't wait to chew on your neck. So there she looked at him and looked, she turns off to the left, says, yeah, you're really handsome, but I think I need a minute. At this point, I realized we should have harnesses on both dogs because Otis is pulling really hard into that leash. You see him gag there a little bit. So using harness is highly recommended. Each time Otis approaches, she leans back and takes a step back. She's curious. She takes a step forward here. They're curious about each other, but I can't help notice that every time he approaches her, she yields space. So that just tells me that she needs a little bit more time. It does make sense as Acadia does live with a rule setter and she has been reprimanded. So she's just going extra careful with this new puppy. Basically, she is trying to avoid conflict. And at this point, Otis leans forward to her and then he begins to just stand still and then he plops to the ground. This is showing some good self-modulation from Otis. He's learning to try a different approach. He's learning to use a different skill, which is really nice. Acadia continues to nibble off the ground saying, I see you there, but right now it's not important to me to come into your space. She's choosing to maintain that safe distance. And when we're making playmates, it's important that both dogs want to engage. But I really like this process of slowing things down for her. And I love the fact that Otis is offering a new skill. He's getting smaller and saying, see, I'm very, very friendly. I really, really want you to come into my space. And he's working very hard to invite her over. What's really nice about this process is we're giving each dog a choice to engage or not engage. And this is how we should be introducing our adult dogs too. We should always be slowing things down and giving both dogs a choice. In this session here, we just noticed that Acadia did a half play bow and came back up. And there she's walking forward to smell him. But then when he gets close to her face, she shies away and takes a few steps away. She just seems to need a lot of reassurance that he has clear intentions. See, again, he comes at her, he's consistent, he's persistent. She steps away every time saying, I just need to know what your intentions are. I really am a bit unsure. And I need to make sure that you have good intentions before I let you in my space. And so it's just going to take these two time. Are we going to get there? I believe we absolutely are going to certainly have friends. And my hope is that he can win her over, not that we actually have playmates. We let them get a little bit closer, and you can see that she's pretty clear. She backed away several steps and then put her head down in the grass, basically saying, not interested in you right now. It may be that Acadia is not actually fearful, but may just not like his energy. As we call him away, she looks at him and says, where are you going? I'm kind of curious about you. But we decided to give them a water break. As soon as the puppies were finished with their water break, we let them approach nose to nose. You can see here that Acadia has gained some confidence. She's not really yielding space. She's not moving away. Right here, she moves that right front foot. She stepped into him. She's reaching around. She's smelling him, showing nice engagement. And look how nice Otis has calmed down. We didn't do anything other than wait him out. He calmed down because she said, I need you to calm down. So it's a really nice way of doing a greeting and letting both dogs express their intentions. Otis showed great self-modulation. He's mirroring her thoughtful energy. And there she's going into him. Look at him backing away. We did keep Otis on a leash to slow him down so he didn't chase her, and we turned Acadia loose so that if she felt the need, she could move about freely. The two dogs are engaging. Otis really went under Acadia to smell her, and she put her paw on him. He sort of climbed underneath her. He's so happy to have physical contact. He's just laying there. He is smelling her. She is standing over him, smelling him. This is not dominance. Her spine and neck and all of her joints had good flexion and fluid movement. So not dominance at all. She was just like, oh, you're there. Acadia moves over to get some reassurance from mom, which is very appropriate. You always want to support your dog to let them know you are there to support them. And it's clear that now she's starting to rub on him. She just rubbed her head over his head. He's jumping on her. She again rubs her head on his. So now they have to figure out what each other's play style is. So that's something that they're going to learn as they engage. My recommendation is that each time these two dogs meet, that they parallel walk and that they are allowed time to have a conversation to make sure that both dogs' intentions haven't changed. If one dog has had a negative experience, they may need more time before the other dog gets into their space. And what we're facilitating here are playmates. So we want to make sure that both dog chooses to engage in the relationship. That's where we're building the strong relationship. That way, if one dog does bite the other and is offended, nothing bad is going to happen. They're not going to scuffle because they do truly enjoy each other's company. For more ideas on how to train your dog using food and toy rewards, make sure you subscribe to my channel.